In an era where the digital age has redefined the boundaries between private and public life, we constantly share every achievement, challenge, and fleeting thought with a global audience. Yet, amidst this relentless wave of disclosure, the timeless wisdom of the Stoics calls us back to a powerful, often overlooked practice, the art of silence. To those seeking a deeper understanding of personal growth and philosophical fortitude, this principle offers a profound lesson that guards our inner world and empowers us beyond measure. Have we paused long enough to consider the true strength we might reclaim by choosing discretion over exposure? Today, we will delve into this forgotten art, exploring how keeping certain aspects of our lives private shields us and nurtures the foundation of a resilient and purpose-driven existence. Join me on this introspective journey as we uncover why the Stoics, with their unmatched understanding of human nature, championed the value of selective silence. It is not merely about when to speak, but about discerning when to hold back, letting the quiet voice within resonate louder than the clamor outside. As ancient as it is transformative, this lesson invites us to rethink how and what we share and the implications that ripple through our personal and public lives. If you're ready to challenge common beliefs and embrace a philosophy that might redefine your path, stay with me. What follows could reshape how you view the balance between privacy and openness, between guarded intentions and public proclamations. 1. Guarding future plans. Our plans, fragile as seedlings, deserve a sanctuary of silence to grow and strengthen before meeting the world's gaze. In the age of instant sharing, where every thought and aspiration is broadcasted to garner approval or admiration, it's easy to overlook the wisdom of holding back. The Stoics, keen observers of human nature, understood that intentions, when kept private, are shielded from external forces that could disrupt their growth. Marcus Aurelius frequently reminded himself to practice restraint, recognizing that the quiet nurturing of ambitions allows them to take deep, unshakable root. When we share our goals too soon, the initial rush of enthusiasm can be dampened by unsolicited opinions, doubt, or envy. What starts as a pure, inspired vision can become distorted under the weight of others' fears and skepticism. The Stoics knew that the power of one's mind, the capacity to endure challenges and pursue virtue, is fortified through inner discipline and safeguarding aspirations from external noise. Revealing plans prematurely is akin to planting seeds and exposing them to harsh elements before they are ready. The outcome is often withered hopes rather than flourishing success. There is also a subtle psychological effect when we share our ambitions. Ever eager for reward, the mind releases a small burst of satisfaction as if part of the goal has already been achieved just by speaking it out loud. This temporary sense of accomplishment can erode the motivation to complete the goal. The Stoics advise that our actions should speak for us, not mere declarations. In that silence, we conserve energy, channeling it into real progress rather than dissipating it through words. Success, after all, does not need fanfare. It announces itself in the undeniable proof of its results. By protecting our plans and allowing them to unfold quietly, we create a space where they can grow resilient, unhindered by the weight of others' expectations or opinions. This nurtures the plans themselves and strengthens our resolve and peace of mind. As taught by Stoic sages, the art of discretion reminds us that true strength lies not in the noise of promises, but in the quiet, unwavering pursuit of our aspirations. 2. Protecting personal struggles. Life's struggles are often the silent architects of our character, shaping us in ways that few things can. Yet, the Stoics understood that not every battle we face is meant for public knowledge. Epictetus, who endured slavery and profound hardship, exemplified the strength of facing struggles with quiet resolve. He didn't announce his suffering or seek validation through public acknowledgement. Instead, he embraced the reality that the most accurate strength is forged in private, where we confront our pain and find clarity without external influence. When we openly share our struggles, we risk inviting judgment, pity, or manipulation from those who may not have our best interests at heart. Some may listen out of genuine concern, but others may be curious or see our vulnerabilities as weaknesses to exploit. The Stoics taught that our responses to life's difficulties define us, not the circumstances themselves. Seneca, known for his profound insights into human nature, warned against revealing our battles to anyone. He believed that only those genuinely supportive and committed to our well-being deserve to know the depths of our struggles. A powerful transformation occurs when we handle our challenges privately. This practice builds resilience that isn't swayed by external validation or commentary. It's like fortifying an inner stronghold, where every hardship and solitude adds another layer of strength and wisdom. The growth we experience in these moments is profound precisely because it isn't shaped or diluted by others' opinions. The Stoics believe that by enduring in silence, we cultivate a more profound, more steadfast sense of self that can withstand praise and criticism without wavering. However, the practice of keeping struggles private doesn't mean we should suppress our emotions or pretend that we don't need help. Stoicism encourages understanding and managing emotions, not denying them. There are times when confiding in a trusted friend or mentor can be healing and necessary. The key lies in discernment, knowing who has earned the right to witness our vulnerability. Choosing wisely protects us from unnecessary noise, judgment, superficial sympathy, or unsolicited advice that could cloud our journey. We retain control over our narrative by being selective about whom we share our struggles with. We prevent others from shaping our story with their own biases or misconceptions. A dismissive comment or skeptical reaction can weigh down a heavy burden, turning a personal battle into something magnified by external voices. Stoic wisdom reminds us that true strength and peace come from within, from trusting our capacity to face life's challenges without seeking constant reassurance from the outside world. In the quiet space of private reflection, we can process our emotions on our own terms. This kind of privacy grants us the patience and clarity to understand our pain, allowing us to move through it naturally. The Stoics believe that healing and growth rooted in private resilience are far more authentic than those displayed for public affirmation. When we keep our most profound battles within trusted circles or to ourselves, we nurture a sense of strength that external forces cannot shake. This approach aligns with the Stoic ideal of facing hardship with dignity, allowing us to emerge stronger, wiser, and more grounded. 3. Financial matters. In a world where material success often equates to personal worth, it's no surprise that conversations about money are laced with both fascination and discomfort. The Stoics, however, saw financial matters through a different lens, one of discretion and inner strength. To them, wealth was neither good nor bad but neutral, a tool to be managed with wisdom and humility. The actual value of a person was measured by their character, not their possessions or bank account. Sharing financial details, whether successes or struggles, invites unnecessary complexities into our lives, disrupting peace and balance. Openly broadcasting financial achievements may seem harmless or even encouraged in today's culture of instant updates and social media posts. However, the Stoics recognize the dangers that come with such exposure. Sharing financial wins can stir envy in others, even among close friends or family members. Though often subtle, this envy can erode relationships and foster an environment of silent competition rather than mutual support. Seneca, who was wealthy yet constantly reflected on the nature of riches, believed that humility was the safeguard against such disruptions. By choosing discretion, we maintain bonds built on respect rather than rivalry. Conversely, discussing financial hardships can open the door to judgment, pity, or exploitation. The Stoics were aware of how external perceptions could distort self-view and resilience. Seneca warned that people often judge others on circumstances they barely understand, and financial hardship is no exception. Sharing struggles in this realm can lead others to label us as less capable or unfortunate, skewing their perception of who we indeed are. Stoic wisdom teaches that our worth is not defined by our financial situation, but by navigating life's challenges, whether in abundance or scarcity. There is a psychological burden that comes with making our financial status public. Constantly discussing money, whether triumphs or difficulties, reinforces an attachment to wealth that the Stoics advised against. They taught that peace and contentment should stem from within, not external measures like financial success. When we share too much, we risk entangling our identity with our economic standing, letting it dictate our self-esteem. Keeping financial matters private helps cultivate a mindset where money serves as a means, not an end. This practice fosters inner tranquility, allowing us to focus on personal growth and mastery rather than wealth fluctuations. Privacy in financial matters also grants us the freedom to make choices without the added weight of others' opinions or unsolicited advice. When we expose our economic situation, we often invite pressure, whether from those suggesting where we should spend or how we should save and invest. Stoic philosophy champions personal sovereignty, the wisdom to make decisions that align with one's values without external influence. By maintaining discretion, we preserve the autonomy to choose what benefits us most, free from the noise of others' expectations. There is also a practical side to keeping financial matters private. When people know too much about our economic standing, assumptions arise, and expectations can follow. Requests for loans or financial help may surface, complicating even the closest relationships. With his cautious views on giving and receiving, Seneca understood that financial entanglements could strain bonds, shifting them from places of trust to sources of tension. By being discreet, we protect our ability to give freely when we choose out of genuine desire rather than obligation or pressure. Ultimately, the Stoics believe that wealth should neither be flaunted nor lamented. True contentment comes from a life of wisdom, moderation, and virtue. The essence of financial privacy is in recognizing that our peace does not lie in acknowledging others, but in our perception of how we use resources to live a meaningful life. Epictetus wisely noted, "Wealth consists not of having great possessions, but having few wants." By maintaining financial discretion, we guard our mental space, cultivate inner stability, and navigate life with the kind of strength that Stoicism has long championed. In this way, we focus on what truly matters, the integrity of our character and the journey of self-improvement. 4. Acts of kindness. Kindness, when given freely and without expectation, holds the power to transform not only the lives of others, but our own. Yet, in a world driven by public recognition and validation, the simplest acts of goodwill can sometimes become performances meant for applause. The Stoics, however, remind us that the most authentic kindness is carried out in silence, away from the spotlight. Seneca once observed that virtue is its reward, emphasizing that the actual value of benevolence lies not in the acknowledgement it receives, but in the integrity of the act itself. The urge to broadcast our acts of kindness stems from a desire for validation, an affirmation that we are good, generous, or compassionate. But Stoicism challenges us to look inward for that sense of worth. If our kindness requires an audience to feel meaningful, then we must question the purity of our intent. Marcus Aurelius, a philosopher king who wielded immense power, often reminded himself to act with virtue as though no one were watching. He understood that accurate fulfillment comes not from the praise of others, but from knowing we have done right by our principles. A quiet, lasting satisfaction comes from acts of kindness performed without acknowledgement. It becomes a personal testament to who we are, a silent affirmation of our values. When we act solely to do good, we cultivate a resilience rooted in self-awareness. The Stoics believe that the strength of one's character is built on actions undertaken without fanfare or expectation of reward. When we give without broadcasting our actions, we detach from the need for external validation and instead nurture an inner sense of completeness. Performing acts of kindness privately also preserves the dignity of those we help. In moments when others are vulnerable, shining a spotlight on our good deeds can add an unintended burden. Stoic wisdom teaches us to treat others with the same respect we would hope for ourselves. To announce our acts of generosity can unintentionally expose those we help to discomfort or embarrassment. Genuine kindness should uplift, not make someone feel indebted or spotlighted. By choosing discretion, we offer support that honors our intentions and the dignity of those on the receiving end. Furthermore, practicing silent kindness builds the inner discipline that the Stoics revered. It trains us to act out of genuine compassion rather than seeking a boost to our ego. This approach strengthens our character, making us less reliant on the approval or praise of others. Seneca aptly noted that the wise seek the act of virtue, not the recognition it brings. In this light, every quiet act of kindness reinforces our commitment to a higher standard of selflessness and grit, creating a foundation for resilience and unwavering moral strength. Sometimes, sharing acts of kindness can inspire others to do the same, but the Stoics would advise us to be mindful of our motives. Are we sharing to encourage others genuinely, or are we subtly seeking to elevate ourselves? If the goal is to inspire, it must be done humbly, ensuring that the act, not the storyteller, remains the focal point. This humility is a cornerstone of Stoic practice, reminding us that kindness is a natural extension of virtue, not an exception that warrants praise. When kept private, the Stoics teach that kindness allows for an unencumbered experience of joy. It frees us from the cycle of seeking validation, granting us the rare peace of knowing that we act by our true nature. Epictetus, ever wise in his observations, would remind us that we are accountable only for our actions, not how they are perceived. When we let our kindness remain unseen, we engage in quiet strength, nurturing a life of sincerity and purpose. In a society that often equates visibility with value, practicing unseen kindness becomes a revolutionary act, a testament to living by one's principles for the sake of the virtue itself. 5. Next moves and strategies. In a world that thrives on visibility and rapid disclosure, the wisdom of keeping one's next move private can feel counterintuitive. Yet, the Stoics knew that there is immense power in the quiet preparation of one's path. Exposing our plans too early exposes them to external judgments, doubts, and unsolicited advice. Marcus Aurelius likened the mind to a fortress, a space that must be guarded against the noise and influences that seek to erode clarity and conviction. Protecting our intentions until they are ready to bear fruit is strategic and essential for maintaining inner peace. Sharing our ambitions before realizing them can lead to many opinions that cloud our vision. What begins as a pure intention can quickly become mired in the fears and biases of others, which may shift our focus or dampen our confidence. The Stoics understood that the human mind, resilient as it is, becomes more vulnerable when exposed to unnecessary chatter. By keeping our next move private, we preserve the sanctity of our vision, allowing it to mature without external interference. There is a particular empowerment in moving silently. When we pursue our goals without broadcasting our every step, we do so without needing to perform or meet external expectations. This aligns with Epictetus' teaching that we should not let our happiness hinge on the reactions or understanding of others. Keeping our plans to ourselves transforms them into something sacred, a personal endeavor driven solely by our inner resolve and sense of purpose. This approach reinforces self-reliance and fortifies our confidence in navigating life without the crutch of external validation. The strategic advantage of discretion cannot be overstated. Life, with all its uncertainties, often demands adaptability and change. Plans that are publicly declared can become burdens when circumstances shift. The pressure to follow through, even when a new path might be wiser, can stifle growth and resilience. The Stoics advocated for flexibility, the wisdom to respond to the present moment rather than remain shackled to a plan that no longer serves us. By choosing silence, we give ourselves the freedom to pivot, refine our approach, and align with our highest good without needing to justify ourselves to anyone. Moreover, there is a subtle yet significant psychological effect to consider. We receive a fleeting sense of accomplishment each time we share our plans, as if part of the work has already been done. This premature satisfaction can drain the motivation needed to turn intentions into reality. The Stoics, champions of action over words, believe that success should not be declared but demonstrated. By withholding our next move, we channel our energy toward execution, ensuring that our drive remains intact and our focus unbroken. When the time comes to reveal our efforts, let it be through results, not announcements. A completed goal or a realized vision speaks with a resonance far more significant than any declaration could. The Stoics understood that real success does not need to shout. Its impact is felt naturally and authentically. In choosing silence, we cultivate an environment where our plans can grow sturdy and unyielding, nurtured by our unwavering commitment. Finally, keeping our intentions private allows us to build more humility. While planning and striving, we acknowledge that outcomes are never entirely within our control. This quiet approach prepares us for both success and failure with grace. By moving in silence, we honor the journey more than the destination, embracing growth, learning, and resilience as progress. The Stoics remind us that in a world of noise, there is profound strength in silence. Protecting our plans preserves our peace and sharpens our purpose, allowing us to act from a place of thoughtful resolve rather than reaction. Conclusion. In an age where the clamor for attention and the race for recognition dominate our daily lives, embracing the Stoic philosophy of silence and discretion may seem almost revolutionary. Yet, we rediscover our authentic strength in these moments of deliberate stillness. Keeping our plans, struggles, acts of kindness, and financial matters private grants us a unique power. The power to move with purpose, free from the weight of external noise and expectations. The Stoics taught that the journey towards personal growth and inner peace is profoundly personal and nurtured best in quiet reflection and guarded action. By choosing to protect what matters most, we cultivate a resilience that the fleeting opinions of others cannot shake. We learn to trust ourselves and the path we walk, confident that our worth is defined by the values we embody, not the validation we receive. Let your actions speak on your behalf, revealing the depth of your character not through words, but through the life you build. The strength of your silence, the grit of your choices, and the quiet confidence of your journey will speak volumes more than any announcement could. As you continue on your path, remember the words of Marcus Aurelius. Waste no more time arguing about what a good man should be. Be one. Embrace the wisdom of moving thoughtfully, allowing each step to be a testament to your growth, discipline, and unwavering resolve. In a world where noise prevails, it becomes a source of calm and quiet strength. If these insights resonate with you, and you wish to delve deeper into the teachings of Stoicism and personal growth, consider subscribing to our channel. Join a community that values timeless wisdom, self-improvement, and philosophical depth. Your journey towards inner strength and resilience is one worth honoring. Thank you for being here, and remember to stay grounded, faithful, and pushing forward.